Fantastic, and we get underway here in session number 2, starting with event 201, the men's open at 200 metres individual medley. This will be swum over 6 heat. Heat number 1, referee. In lane 1 from Putteridge, we have Adam Hazelwood. Lane 2, Ollie O'Connor, also at Putteridge. His teammate joins him in lane number 3, Jack McDonald there. Lane number 4, Robert Addis of West Norfolk. Jago Derrington of Bishop Stortford in lane number 5. Lucas Hartley of Hatfield in lane 6. Patrick Whittington of Dunmer Atlantis in 7. And Harry Stagg of Basildon and Phoenix in lane number 8. All of these competitors, well, throughout the morning, are going to be aiming to get a fast enough time to get themselves into the final, where they want to swim even faster and are in contention for medals. But leading heat number 1 at the moment, we have Robert Addis in lane number 4. He's starting to break away from the rest of the group, but you've certainly got to watch Patrick Whittington in lane number 7. Halfway stage here. Robert Addis still in the lead, 102.76, about 2 seconds in front of Jago Derrington in lane number 2. And Patrick Whittington in lane number 7 there. Breaststroke though on the individual medley, always one of which can change the tables, flip the tables as it were, and it looks like that might be the case in this instance. Going on to the final 50 metres here then, we've got Jago Derrington in lane number 5. He's taken the lead from Robert Addis there, a very strong breaststroke leg from himself. Patrick Whittington in lane number 7. He's in 3rd position, Lucas Hartley in 4th. But still in the lead is Jago Derrington of Bishop Stortford here. He's managed to take first place after that breaststroke leg. Robert Addis trying to claw back that win, but no, it's going to be Robert Addis. Robert Addis, he touches first. Jago Derrington in 2nd and Adam Hazelwood in 3rd. And confirmation there of the official result for heat number 1. We therefore move on now to heat number 2, referee. In lane number 1, we have from the city of Cambridge, Ryan Wall. Oliver Blight goes for Hatfield in 2. Lewis Archer in lane 3 of Halstead. Jamie Joshua of Hatfield in lane 4. Daniel Clayton of Team Ipswich in 5. Lane number 6 is Jensen Hurrell of Thurrock. Samuel Rennie of Braintree goes in lane 7. And Ryan Roberts of Putteridge in lane number 8. After the fly length then, we have Jensen Hurrell in lane 6. He's touching first, 28.84, only 0.03 behind him. Daniel Clayton in lane 5 and Jamie Joshua in lane number 3. And look at that, Ryan Roberts, 30.00. But looking like a very strong swim here for Jensen Hurrell of Thurrock on the backstroke leg. But as we saw in the last heat, and I'm sure we will see it again, breaststroke really can be the decider. Jensen Hurrell is still in the lead there. Nearly a 2-second gap between him and Daniel Clayton in lane number 5. Ryan Wall still in 3rd. Jamie Joshua in 4th. but there doesn't look to be an awful lot of divergence here. You can see Daniel Clayton of Team Ipswich having a little look over to Jensen Hurrell in lane number 6. He's going to have Jensen firmly in his crosshairs on this breaststroke length here, but possibly that lead that Jensen had built up maybe starting to decrease here. 2 seconds at the last turn. What's it going to be on this turn? Yep, that has gone down quite substantially between Jensen and Daniel Clayton there. But Jensen really starting to move on the freestyle leg. Daniel's, as usual, firmly in his crosshairs. And confirmation of the official result for heat number 2 should appear on your screens now. Heat 3, referee. In lane number 1 from Hatfield, Luke Payne. Louis James of Norwich Swan goes in lane 2. Daniel McGuinness of Basildon and Phoenix in 3. Sanjis Chechens in lane number 4 of Colchester. Edward Ormsby of the City of Cambridge in lane 5. Austin Liddy-White of Biggleswade in 6. Matthew Money of the City of Cambridge in 7. And Matthew Tatham of Dis Otters in lane number 8. Austin Lily-White there, he's taken the lead after the 50 metres of Butterfly. Matthew Money in lane 7, he's in 2nd. Louis James in 3rd here. But looking like a very strong backstroke leg from Matthew Money of the City of Cambridge here. His time to beat, his entry time is a 2:21 dead. He's going to be looking to make some improvement upon that in this. Certainly looking though, he's starting to detach from the rest of the cohort. 1:02.05 at the 100 metres mark. Nearly a 3-second gap between him and Austin Lily-White. That is the place to be on a 200 metres individual medley. Austin Lily-White though, certainly not letting him get away, nor is Matthew Tantrum and Edward Ormsby in lane number 8 and lane number 5. And indeed, certainly Louis James of Norwich Swan over in lane number 2. That gap, though, has reduced between Matthew in lane 7 and Austin in lane number 6, coming up on his left-hand side there. So it is all going to be played for, on the freestyle leg. Austin still in the lead, only by a few milliseconds there. Matthew Money dropping down to 2nd. Edward Ormsby in 3rd. Final turn then for these competitors in heat number 3 of the 200 metres individual medley. It's going to be very, very close between Matthew and Austin in lane 7 and 8. It is going to be on the touch. We have Matthew who's leading the way here. Can he hold on to that? Oh, goodness me. Very, very tight there. 0.04 in between them. But Austin Lily-White of Biggleswade, he gets the touch there. Matthew Money, 2:16.46, getting 2nd. And 3rd is Edward Ormsby in lane number 5 as official confirmation of those results appear on your screen. Moving on then to heat number 4, referee. On to heat number 4 now. These heats are not spearheaded as usual because the final 3 heats are, well, seeded differently in order to make sure that we have a very, very exciting and interesting final. It wouldn't be fair to put all of the finalists in the last heat. But in lane number 1 we have from Stowmarket, James Clay, Joseph Wells in lane 2 from West Norfolk, Kai Adams in lane 3 of Househead, James Woodward of Hatfield in 4, Oliver Vadren of the City of Norwich in 5, Freddie Laws of West Norfolk in 6, Leo Krosky of the City of Cambridge in 7, and Harrison Jarvis of Thurrock in lane number 8. Coming to the halfway stage here, it looks like a strong swim from Leo in lane number 7, James Woodward, he touches first there, Kai Adams in 2nd, Joseph Wells in 3rd, Leo in 4th there, all around the 1 minute, well, 1:01 mark there. Breaststroke hopefully going to shake things up a bit here, give us a little bit more of a definitive leader. Looking like Kai Adams in lane number 3, he's starting to possibly become that leader, but James Woodward on his right hand side, as is Olivier Vadren of the City of Norwich in lane number 5. Not much divergence on that breaststroke though, but Olivier Vadren, he's taking the lead. Kai Adams in 2nd, James Woodward dropping down into 3rd. But sometimes these swimmers, particularly in the fastest seeded heats, are going to be trying to conserve their energy to make sure that they are able to have a strong final and swim better in the final, and that's possibly what's happening here, but they obviously need to qualify into that final first. James Woodward though going the fastest time of the morning with a 2:08.11. Olivier Vadren in 2nd, 2:08.70. Kai Adams 2:09.66. One would have thought that those top 3 times probably would get them comfortably into the final, but we will have to wait and see in the latter 2 heats as we move on to heat number 5, referee. In lane number 1 from Newhall we have Jack Skerry. George Whiteman of the City of Peterborough goes in lane 2, Callum Wollaston of the City of St Albans in 3, Theo Cannon of the City of Cambridge in 4. Samuel Peck, his teammate, also from the City of Cambridge in 5, Jack Skangster of Madernian in 6, Tyler Toombs in lane number 7 from Chelmsford, and Darryl Rands of Colchester in lane number 8. But after that butterfly leg onto the backstroke, it's looking like a strong swim from Theo Cannon of the City of Cambridge and Jack Skerry on the outside in lane number 1 at the top of your screen. At the turn then, it is going to be Theo Cannon who gets it, just not by an awful lot, going sub 1 minute there. Jack Skerry in 2nd, Callum Wollaston in lane number 3 of the City of St Albans. He moves up to 3rd position here. Breaststroke is going to be the decider for Theo Cannon in lane number 4. He's built up quite a substantial lead on this breaststroke length, as you can see. Jack Skerry in lane number 1 starting to drop back into a comfortable 2nd, but 2nd nonetheless. Callum Wollaston still in 3rd position, but being challenged by George Whiteman of the City of Peterborough. But Theo Cannon of the City of Cambridge, he's still in the lead. Jack Skerry 2nd, Jack Skangster moving up to 3rd, Callum Wollaston dropping down only by a fraction of a second into 4th here. Looking like a very comfortable swim here for Theo Cannon in lane 4 of the City of Cambridge. All he needs to do is swim fast enough to qualify for the final. He looks like he's going to be making the final quite comfortably here. 2:05.81, that's going to get him a final spot. Jack Skerry 2:08.70, And Callum Wollaston manages to clinch that third position there to 11.24. Certainly some of those swimmers are going to be getting into the final, but how many? We will have to wait and see for the final heat, heat number 6. Which we do in fact move on to that now. Heat number 6, over to you, referee. Can I ask all competitors for Rent 202, the women's 50 metres backstroke, to make their way to the marshalling area, please? That's all women for the 50 metres backstroke to make their way to the marshalling area. But let's return to the men's 200 metres individual medley. In lane 1 from West Suffolk, Archie Chamberlain. Nikita Charninkin of Thurrock goes in 2. Mark Milburn of Colchester in 3. Nathan Wells in lane number 4 of West Norfolk. Miles Turner in lane 5 of West Suffolk. William Loveman goes in 6 for the City of St Albans. City of Cambridge's Alfie Collins goes in 7. Christopher Williamson of the City of Cambridge goes in lane number 8. But leading the way here, we have Nathan Wells of West Norfolk here. He's joined by Miles Turner in lane 5, Mark Milburn in 3, Nikita Charninkin in lane 2. Nathan Wells at the halfway stage then touches in first, Nikita Charninkin in second, Miles Turner in third. It's worth pointing out in the previous heat there was a faster 100 metres split there, but still all to play for those final spots. Nathan Wells there, Miles Turner, these are names of which we're going to be seeing time and time again, I'm sure, throughout this competition, and indeed in the top positions as well. Nathan Wells though, Miles Turner, that lead that Nathan had has decreased substantially there. Mark Milburn in third position there, Nikita Charninkin and William Loveman in fourth and fifth here. But as we've said, all they need to do is swim a fast enough time in order to get to the final. The last, one would assume 2:07, round about that mark, will get them into the final, and that is indeed what they're going to be swimming. Miles Turner, he's taking first there, 2:07.53. Nathan Wells in second, 2:07.60. And Mark Milburn touching third, 2:10.30. So that concludes the 200 metres individual medley. And of course, we will confirm those finalists in due course. And of course, you can keep up to date via the Sports Systems website of all of the results for today's event.
Matt, Tom, girls, there's 12 heats, and then it's you lot, so it's going to go quite quickly, 12 minutes maximum, so you probably want to start making your way down. Do you know what heat you're in? Tom, you're heat 4. Ethan, you're heat 5. Matt, you're heat 8. All you lot are in the same heat. You, Michael, you two and Michael are in the last heat. If you see Guy, he's in heat 12. That's right.
Moving on then to event 202, the women's open 50 metres backstroke. This will be swum over 12 heats. Let's get on with it. Heat number 1, over to you, referee.
Take your mark.
Heat number 1 then of the 50 metres backstroke. This is certainly going to be an incredibly quick event. In lane 3 from City of Cambridge, Claire Connon. Daisy Patterson of Thurrock goes in 4, and in lane number 5, Emily Holden of Leighton Buzzard.
Ethan, have you seen Nathaniel at all? You tell him he's in heat 13. Heat 13. Yeah. There's 17 heats. Nathaniel, there's only 12 heats of girls, so they'll go quite quickly.
Whilst we're clearing the water, could I also just remind swimmers and coaches to make sure that you're wearing footwear, you're wearing shoes when you are going down the back staircase. It is getting incredibly slippy, and we've already had a few people, a few slips and trips. I think the health and safety executive might describe that. So please be very, very careful. Moving on then to Heat 2. Over to you, referee. At the turn then, Isla Thurrock Holmes of the City of Peterborough in lane number 6. She seems to be winning this at the moment. Freya Riley of Bishop Stortford in 3. Nicole Maynard in lane number 4. Doing very, very well, as is Zoe Clegg, but it is going to be Isla Thurrock Holmes who takes first, 31.77, a good personal best for her there. Heat 3, referee. A good underwater phase there for Jessica Mahoney of the City of Peterborough over in lane number 4. Propelling her into first position at the turn, it would seem, but not too much difference, not too much distance between any of the competitors here. But it is looking like it's going to be Jessica Mahoney of the City of Peterborough who touches first, and she does 32.89. We now move on to heat number 4, referee. Jessica Bloomfield of the City of Cambridge turning first there. It's very, very difficult to see your competitors generally, but on backstroke is even more so. It's looking like we've got Jessica Bloomfield over in lane number 7. On the other side of the pool, Sophie Dowding and Ellie Rose Lyon, but Jessica Bloomfield 31.78. That gets her first position in heat number 4. Moving on to Heat 5, referee. Strong start here on the outside for Tiger Lily Donald of the city of St Albans. She's going to be turning first, closely followed by Ella Stone of Biggleswade in lane number 6 and Olivia Lydon of Royston in lane number 5. But it is going to be Tiger Lily Donald who is powering through the water here. She's going to be getting the touch here with a time of 32.26. Heat 6, referee. Can I please ask that the competitors for event 203, the men's 50 metres freestyle, make their way to the marshalling area, please. That's all the men for the 50 metres freestyle to make their way to the marshalling area. But onto the 50 metres backstroke here. Phoebe Matthews in lane 5 of Hatfield. She's going to be taking the touch here, 31.63. We move on to heat number 7, referee. Over out on the outside lanes, Danielle Rolton of Housestead in lane number 1. She turned first there, but it's looking like a very confident swim from Rosie Brooks of St Felix in 5 and Emily Cutting in lane number 6. Who is going to get the touch? It's going to be Danielle Rutland all the way over in lane number 1, 31.72. Moving on to Heat 8, referee.
swimmers do the call by the side.
Heat number 9, referee. I am pleased to announce the finalists for the men's 200 metres individual medley this evening. Theo Cannon of the City of Cambridge, Miles Turner of West Suffolk, Nathan Wells of West Norfolk, James Woodward of Hatfield, Olivier Vedren of the City of Norwich, Jack Skerry of Newhall, Kai Adams of Halstead, and Mark Milburn of Colchester. The first reserve is Callum Wollaston of the City of St Albans, and George Whiteman of the City of Peterborough is the second reserve. If you need confirmation of those finalists, please look on Sports Systems, and to avoid a penalty, please note you must withdraw by 9:30 for that final. That's the men's 200 metres individual medley final. Heat 10, referee. Certainly we're getting on to the final 3 heats of this 50 metres backstroke. These ladies are going to be firmly having a final spot in their sights here. At the turn then, in lane number 3, Gracie Kay of the City of Cambridge, Sasha Thomas of the City of Norwich, following very, very close behind, as is Hannah Willis of the City of Peterborough there. At the touch then, it's going to be very, very close here, but it is going to be Hannah Willis who goes sub. Oh no, goodness me. A joint first position here between Sasha Thomas and Hannah Willis there. Surely that's got to get them into the final. We shall soon see.
Jamie, can you just favour? If you see Callum, can you tell him at the moment he's first reserve to the IM? Oh, right, okay. And tell him if he's okay with that, that's fine. If not, he needs to pull out by 9:30.
The penultimate heat then of the 50 metres backstroke, heat number 11, referee. At the turn then, it looks like we've got a slight lead by Georgina Holgate of the City of Cambridge in lane number 6, followed by Neve James and Amara Addison of Bishop Stortford and Norwich Swan over in lane 5 and 4. But taking the touch then, it is going to be Amara Addison, 29.79. Second goes to Ellie King, and third, Georgina Holgate. On to the final heat then of the 50 metres backstroke, heat number 12, referee. Up first is Grace Waller of Basildon and Phoenix in lane number 5. Rebecca Smith of Norwich Swan over in lane number 8. She looks like she's turning second here, but still in the lead is Grace Waller, followed very closely in lane number 4 by Megan Pye of the City of Norwich. But it is going to be Grace Waller of Basildon and Phoenix. 29.46, possibly the fastest time of the morning. Megan Pye in second, and Sophie O'Keefe in third. Moving on to event 203, the men's open 50 metres freestyle. This will be swum over 17 heats, ladies and gentlemen. 17. Heat number 1, referee.
Take your mark.
A strong start from Christopher Howe of the City of Cambridge in lane number 4. Heat number 2, referee.
Take your mark.
Samuel Johnson of Halstead in lane number 8 on the bottom of your screens. Looking very, very confident here in the water, as is Thomas Curry of Ware in lane number 4. But at the touch, it is going to be Thomas Curry, 25.56. Heat number 3, referee.
Take your mark.
Touching first there, Benjamin Flood in lane number 2 with a time of 25.81. Heat 4, referee.
Take your mark.
Cornelius in lane number 1 there, he is touching first, 25.89. Heat 5, referee. Moving on to Heat 6, referee.
Take your mark.
Strong swim there from Jack Abram in lane number 4, 25.26. Heat 7, referee.
Take your mark.
Heat number 8, referee.
Take your mark.
Matthew Martin there of the City of St Albans touching first with a time of 25.27. Heat number 9, referee.
Take your mark.
Heat number 10, over to you, referee.
Take your mark.
Strong finish there from Josh Martin, but James Croftsfield over in lane number 2 gets the touch there, 25.28. Moving on to heat number 11, referee.
Take your mark.
I have with me the finalists for event Well, for the women's open 50 metres backstroke final later on this evening, Grace Wall of Basildon and Phoenix, Amara Addison of Norwich Swan, Hannah Willis of the City of Peterborough, Sasha Thomas of the City of Norwich, Gracie Kay of the City of Cambridge, Ellie King of Dunstable, Megan Pye of the City of Norwich, and Georgina Holgate of the City of Cambridge. The reserve for this event is Jessica Woodward of Hatfield, and second reserve is Neve James. And to avoid a penalty, please withdraw by 9:55. Moving on to heat number 12, referee.
Take your mark.
Heat 13, referee.
Take your mark.
Okay, he's over there. He's in the last bit of freestyle.
Heat number 14, referee.
Take your mark.
At the turn then, not much in it between Charles White in lane 3 and Morgan Foster of Braintree in lane number 8. But coming out of that turn, it's looking like a very, very strong finish for Charles White, 24.10. I think that's probably the fastest time we've seen this morning. That's the time to beat. Moving on to Heat 15, referee.
Take your mark.
Michael Klimaszewski in lane number 4. He certainly is one to keep your eye on throughout this competition here. Very, very good 50 from him. He's going to be touching 23.24 now. That is definitely the fastest time we've seen this morning. Michael Klimaszewski, he's definitely the one to beat for these final two heats, 23.24. Heat 16, referee.
Take your mark.
Not much in it at the turn or indeed at the start. It's all looking very, very, very close here, but it looks like Theo Cannon and Matthew Titman, teammates of the City of Cambridge, are battling it out here. But touching it is going to be Theo Cannon, 23.43 for him. Jack Skerry in second and Benjamin Green in third. Heat 17, referee.
Take your mark.
The final heat here. All of these boys are aware of the times of which they need to beat in order to get into this evening's final. William Kersey, though, of Hatfield in lane 4. He's leading the way by quite a substantial margin, bearing in mind it is only a 50. Callum Wollaston in lane 3. But William Kersey, he's going to be touching first. 22.81, incredibly fast from him. Will he be able to beat that in this evening's final? We shall have to wait and see. Michael Ripper in second. And in third position there is Charlie Summer. So that concludes session 2A this morning. We've obviously got session 2B in due course. And I can confirm to you that the warm-up 1 will begin at 9:50. So in approximately 12 minutes. That will last until 10 past 10. Warm-up 2 will then begin at 10 past 10 with it concluding at 10:30, with our start time as is 10:35. So please join us back for that. And of course, all of the results are available on Sports Systems. So if you've missed anything, you want to double check the finalists for this evening's final session, then please head over to Sports Systems where you'll be able to find those. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you're here in the pool or indeed watching the live stream at home, you join us for session 2B of the Swim England East Region Short Course Championships 2021. We've had a really good morning of swimming thus far. I'm sure that's going to carry on and continue today. This afternoon, we have the female 200 metres butterfly, then the men's 200 metres fly, the 100 metres breaststroke for both the women and the men, the women's 100 metres individual medley, and we round off the session with the men's 400 metres freestyle. And let me reintroduce to you our lead officials on the pool side. Our referees for today is David Metcalf, Sarah Nusboon and Joanna White, and our starter for today is Neil Smith. Can I also please remind swimmers, when you are coming either up or down from the pool side, please make sure that you are wearing footwear. It's getting a little bit slippy there, and we do not want anyone to fall or slide down or injure themselves prior to their race. Probably isn't all right to do it after their race either, but make sure you're wearing your footwear. Health and safety. Thank you. Fantastic. So we move on to event 204, the Women's Open 200 metres butterfly. This will be swum over 5 heats. Heat number 1, referee.
Jasmine, you're in heat 5. Lane 4.
Take your mark.
What time did you go the other day? Okay, you're down as 180. Right, you go. Just make sure you...
This is the first heat of the women's 200 metres butterfly. In lane 3 from Flitwick, we have Sophie Fowler. In lane number 4 from the city of Peterborough, Lara Chahan. And in lane number 5 from Basildon and Phoenix, we have Lexi Goodman. At the 100 metre mark then, we have Lara Chahan of the city of Peterborough. She's turning on a 1:12.35 split there. Lexi Goodman not too far behind, only about 3 seconds with a 1:15.67, and Sophie Fowler in third with a 1:21.35. Final length here on this heat number 1 of the 200 metres butterfly for Lara Chahan of the city of Peterborough. She's been leading the way since the start, and she's going to be finishing here with a 2:07.51. That looks like quite a substantial PB for her. And I do apologise for that. Unfortunately, we're having a few technical issues with the time. Which hopefully will be resolved as the confirmed and official result should appear on your screens very shortly. Moving on to Heat 2, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 2 from Norwich Swan, Jasmine Coleman. Lane 3, Larissa Dean from Harpenden. Lane 4 is Holly Hawkins of Basildon and Phoenix. Florence Crowley of the city of St Albans goes in lane 5. Lane number 6 is Grace Mason of Bishop Stortford. And Molly Grieve of Colchester goes in lane number 7. Final length here then for Holly Hawkins of Basildon and Phoenix in lane number 4. Florence Crowley of the City of St Albans not too far behind. It might be a little bit tighter than one first expected on the touch. And indeed it was. Looking at the scoreboard now, bearing in mind these are not confirmed times, but Holly Hawkins 2:34.64. Florence Crowley goes at 2:34.70. And third place goes to Jasmine Coleman with a 2:38.32. And they are on your screens the official result for heat number 2. Moving on to heat 3. Over to you, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 1 from Thurrock, we have Olivia Church. Sky Carter of Basildon and Phoenix goes in 2. Menna Walmsley in lane 3, swimming for Team Luton. Harriet Salisbury of the City of Peterborough in lane number 4. Olivia Newman, Baroness of Putteridge, goes in 6. Lily MacDonald of the City of Norwich in 7. And Lucinda Stanley of Harpenden goes in lane number 8.
Goes you on board.
At the halfway stage then we have Olivia Newman, Baroness of Putteridge, touching in first, 1:05.69. Harriet Salisbury not too far behind there, about 2 seconds in second in lane number 4. And third at the moment is Menna Walmsley of Team Luton in lane number 3. But there's still, well, 75 metres to go. That's an awful long time on a 200 metres butterfly. It looks like Harriet Salisbury might be poised to enact a counter-attack here on the final 50 metres. That gap of 2 seconds probably will decrease here, and indeed it does slightly. Olivia still in front though. Harriet Salisbury in second. Menna Walmsley ensuring that third position is a little bit more stable than previously. But at the turn then, Harriet's really starting to come back here on this final 50 metres. It's going to be on the touch. Final 20 metres to go here. Harriet Salisbury is coming back incredibly strong here. Olivia Newman, Baroness of Putteridge, was leading the way, but it's going to be Harriet Salisbury, the City of Peterborough, who's going to be touching in first, 2:22.23. Olivia touches second, 2:23.83. And Sky Carter touches third there, 2:25.91. Moving on then to heat number 4, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 1 from West Suffolk, we have Sherers Williams. Kate Cotter of Chelmsford goes into. Leah Whiteman of West Norfolk in 3. Lane 4, Matilda Ransom of the City of Cambridge. Tia Gardner in lane 5 of Basildon and Phoenix. Ruby Coyle of Norwich Swan in 6. Hannah Willis of the City of Peterborough in 7. And Hannah Hemberg of the City of Cambridge goes in lane number 8. At the turn then, coming up to the 100 metre mark, not too much movement in between the lanes. They're all really sort of grouping together, one might say. But touching first at the moment at the halfway stage, 1:07.35. That belongs to Tia Gardner. Kate Cotter still in second, with Hannah Willis in third here. These three ladies really starting to move away from the rest of the group, but certainly you shouldn't discount lane number 2, Kate Cotter of Chelmsford, or Hannah Willis of the City of Peterborough here. But right in the middle of the pool, we have Matilda Ransom in 4, Tia Gardner in 5 here. Tia touched first at the halfway stage. It looks like the lead may have gone now still to Tia. Matilda is still in second, Kate Cotter in third, with Hannah Willis and Leah Whiteman in 4th and 5th respectively here. But Matilda Ransom in lane 4 really starting to move here, poised to enact a counter-attack. City of Cambridge's Matilda Ransom in lane number 4. She is going to be taking the win on this heat. Tia Gardner doing her best there. And as you can probably see, the timing on the board isn't correct at this moment in time. So we will get the official result to you in due course. But just to confirm, that was Matilda Ransom coming in first, Tia Gardner in second. Moving on then to heat number 5. Over to you, referee.
Take your mark.
All of these girls going to be looking to try and secure a place in tonight's final. But in lane number 1, we have from the City of Peterborough, Jessica Shaw. Charlotte White of West Suffolk goes in 2. Ellie O'Keefe of the City of Cambridge in 3. Sarah Kowalska of Hatfield in 4. Natalie Sanford of St. Felix School in 5. Lane number 6 is Charlotte Smith of Norwich Swan. Georgia Holgate of the City of Cambridge goes in 7, and Megan Donovan of the City of Peterborough in 8. At the 50-metre mark then, Ellie O'Keefe of the City of Cambridge in lane number 3 is leading the way, looking like a very, very strong swim from her. Sarah Kowalska in 4, the pink hat of Hatfield on her right-hand side, doing her best to ensure that Ellie isn't getting away to an unmanageable distance, as it were. Second is going to be third, in fact, is going to be very tight between Charlotte White of West Suffolk and Natalie Sanford of St. Felix School. But Sarah Kowalska at the 100-metre mark, at the halfway stage, has retaken the lead. Ellie O'Keefe just dropping back to second, not by an awful lot here, but Sarah and Ellie really battling it out here as they turn at the 125-metre mark. They're turning almost simultaneously at this moment in time. But it's all well and good, you know, swimming incredibly fast in this heat. There is a final. These two in front are undoubtedly going to be in that final if they swim fast enough. But Sarah is still in the lead. Ellie O'Keefe not far behind, about 0.25 seconds. Georgia Holgate coming into third. But look at that, these two ladies incredibly close. Sarah, who took the lead in the 75-metre region, really starting to move here. A little bit maybe of a slow turn from her, but the underwater phase is ensuring that that lead is still maintained. Ellie O'Keefe in lane 3 doing her best to come back here, but it is going to be Sarah Kowalska of Hatfield who's winning heat number 5. 2:15.28. Ellie O'Keefe not far behind her, 2:17.48. Georgia Holgate gets there, 2:22.25. But it looking like Sarah and indeed Ellie, 4 and 3, are going to be getting into the final this evening. We shall have to wait and see for the official and confirmed results, however. As we move on to event 205, the men's open 200 metres butterfly. This will be swum over 5 heats. Heat number 1, referee. In lane number 2, we have Ryan Roberts of Potteridge. Lane 3 is Archie Rann of Ware. Harrison Shaw of Flitwick goes in 4. Corny Hare goes for Colchester in 5. Lane number 6 is James Peacock of the City of Peterborough. Riley Bashford of Devon goes in lane 7. But Ryan Roberts here in the lead at the 100 metre mark. James Peacock and Corny Hare in 2nd and 3rd. Can I please have all of the competitors for event 206, the women's open 100 metres breaststroke, to make their way to the marshalling area, please? That's all women for the 100 metres breaststroke to make their way to the marshalling area, please. As we're coming into the closing stages of this race then, James Peacock of the City of Peterborough, he seems to be in the lead, only by a fraction, mind you. We've got Archie Ran in 3 and Ryan Roberts in lane number 2 doing their best. And it looks like Archie Ran may have taken the lead there, and indeed he does. 2:24.87. Ryan Roberts in second and James Peacock in third. We now move on to heat number 2. Over to you, referee.
Take your mark.
I have with me a copy of the results for event 204, the Women's Open 200 metres butterfly. The following individuals will be in the final this evening: Sarah Kowalska from Hatfield, Ellie O'Keefe from the City of Cambridge, Matilda Ransom of the City of Cambridge, Tia Gardner of Basildon and Phoenix, Harriet Salisbury of the City of Peterborough, Georgia Holgate of the City of Cambridge, Olivia Newman, Baroness of Putteridge, and Kate Cotter of Chelmsford. All of those ladies will be in the final. Our first reserve is Hannah Willis from the City of Peterborough. And our second reserve is Natalie Sanford of St Felix School. If any of those finalists withdraw from the final of the 200 metres butterfly, you must withdraw by 11:20. Heat number 2 then of the 200 metres butterfly. In lane 1 we have Kevin Moldovan of Harlow Penguins. Dylan Nutt of Dunmer Atlantis goes in 2. Lane 3 is Adam Holmes of Flitwick. Louis James of Norwich Swan goes in 4. Joshua Shepherd of Thurrock goes in 5. Ben Allen of West Suffolk in 6. Joshua Ellis of Hatfield goes in 7. And lane number 8 is Oliver Pike of the City of Norwich. In the lead, though, at the moment, at the 150 metres mark, is Joshua Ellis in lane number 7, the pink hat of Hatfield. Oliver Pike in lane 8 is closely following him, as is Louis James of Norwich Swan in lane number 4. It's looking like Louis is maybe just taking the lead here as we come on to the final 50 of this 200 metres butterfly for these gentlemen. And Louis James taking the win there, 2:19.55. Joshua Ellis, 2:19.90. And Oliver Pike in third, 2:20.65. Moving on to heat number 3, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 1, we have Archie Chamberlain of West Suffolk. Daniel McGuinness of Basildon and Phoenix goes in 2. Sammy Zemarandi of Bishop Stortford in 3. Jake Thomas Mansfield of West Suffolk in 4. Lane number 5 is Samuel Peck of the City of Cambridge. Jimmy Taylor in lane 6 for Thurrock. Connor Houston of Devon in lane 7. And in lane number 8, Kai Adams of Potters Bar. Final 50 to go here, and we've got Jake Thomas Mansfield, who is in the lead, looking incredibly strong throughout this 200 meters butterfly. And he is almost certainly going to be coming in as the winner. Sammy, though, in lane 3, he is in second position here. He's had an equally as strong swim. All of these gentlemen are going to be aiming to get into the final this evening. But touching first with a time of 2:05.8 is Jake Thomas Mansfield. Sami Zamani is in second, 2:09.5, and touching third in lane number 6 is Jimmy Taylor, 2:14.79. Moving on to heat number 4, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 1, we have Henry Dean of Thurrock. Lane 3, Harry Jones of the City of Norwich. Michael Klimaszewski goes for Hatfield in lane 4. Devesh Kapoor of the City of Norwich goes in lane 5. Nikita Charninkin of Thurrock goes in 6. Daniel Ord of Watford in 7. And in lane number 8, Jason Ho of Hatfield. Michael Klimaszewski has a packed schedule. He was already in the 50 meters freestyle this morning. He's made the final for that, so undoubtedly he's going to be trying to conserve energy, but still splitting 58.1 on this 100 meter split. Harry Jones closely following him on that. Devesh Kapoor in 3rd, Nikita Charninkin in 4th here. But Michael Klimaszewski, you can just see he's taking it quite comfortably here. Just making sure, one would think that he's wanting to secure a place in the final to swim even faster in that. But certainly Harry Jones does pose a threat there. Have a look there, only 0.3 between them, less than that. In fact, Harry probably knows that if he sticks with Michael, he's going to get a fast time. Harry's PB 2:10.89. Michael's is 2 minutes 0.31. Michael really starting to move through the water here. You can see the determination and grit that Harry has to try and keep up with him. Michael's going to touch 2:01.99. Harry Jones, a fantastic PB for him of around 5 seconds there, 2:04.84. The strategy of keeping with Michael evidently works. And in 3rd, we have Nikita Charninkin, 2:13.20. Moving on to heat number 5, referee. I have a disqualifications report. Event number 205, heat 3, lane 8 for a technical infraction. That's event 205, heat 3, lane 8 for a technical infraction. The final heat then of the 200 meters butterfly. In lane number 1, we have Sanjiz Chechens of Colchester. Harley West of Basildon and Phoenix goes in 2. Miles Turner of West Suffolk in 3. James Woodward of Hatfield in 4. In lane number 5, Matthew Wright of Team Luton. Jack Trahan of the City of Peterborough goes in 6. Matthew Aldred of Watford in 7. And Jack Barnard of Potters Bar in lane number 8. But coming up to the 100 metre mark, looking very strong and confident from James Woodward of Hatfield in lane number 4, 59.42 there. Matthew Wright of Team Luton in lane 5, he's in touching second at the 100. Jack Trahan and Miles Turner in third and fourth respectively, but right out in front it's very, very clear to see James Woodward of Hatfield really starting to move. No doubt following a very, very similar strategy to his teammate Michael in the previous heat. Just swim fast enough to get into the final and then swim even faster then. But at the touch then, 1:33.41. Matthew Wright still in second, Miles Turner still in third, Jack Trahan in fourth here. But right out in front, as you can see, is James Woodward of Hatfield in lane number 4. Something will have to go catastrophically wrong for someone else to catch him in this heat. Matthew Wright though and Miles Turner. Miles Turner coming up on the left-hand side of Matthew, maybe even in, well, certainly in contention for second, but James Woodward is going to be touching first, 2:07.39. Matthew Wright just gets that touch there, 2:11.23 for second, and Miles Turner in lane number 3, he's touching third, 2:11.55. No doubt that those 3 swimmers are going to be in this evening's final, but we will have to wait for the official confirmed result. And there it is, the official result for heat number 5. Moving on then to event 206, the Women's Open 100 metres breaststroke. This will be swum over 10 heats. Heat 1, referee. In lane number 2, we have Mwaba Mwasa of Norwich Swan. Lane 3, Georgina Stokes of Newmarket. Jasmine Bale of Halstead goes in 4. Isla Hamilton of Norwich Swan in 5. Adiola Ekede of Hatfield in 6. And Claire Connon in lane number 7 of the City of Cambridge. Please can I call all competitors for event 207, the Men's Open 100 metres breaststroke, to make their way to the marshing area, please. That's all competitors for event 207, the Men's 100 metres breaststroke, to make their way to the marshing area, please. I also have a list of finalists for the Men's Open 200 metres butterfly final this evening. Michael Klimaszewski of Hatfield, Harry Jones of the City of Norwich, Jake Thomas Mansfield of West Suffolk, James Woodward of Hatfield, Sammy Zamazami of Bishop Stortford, Matthew Wright of Team Luton, Miles Turner of West Suffolk, and Matthew Aldred of Watford. Our first reserve for that will be Nikita Charlinkin of Thurrock, and our second reserve will be Jimmy Taylor of Thurrock. If any of those finalists wish to withdraw from the final, you have until 11:35 to do so. Moving on to heat number 2, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 1, we have from Leighton Buzzard, Abigail Bright. Lane 2, Neve Kelly of Hatfield. Scarlett Harrison Broder of Hatfield in lane number 3. Lane 4, Sadie Rowe of Colchester. Laura Chahan of the City of Peterborough in 5. Jessica Warren of Watford in 6. Francesca Salmon of Norwich Swan in 7. And Tasmin Moran of Berkhamsted in lane number 8. On to heat number 3, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 1, Maya Shookham-Smith of the City of Norwich. Imola Josler of Hatfield goes in 2. Ellie Smith in 3 of the City of Norwich. Molly Grieve of Colchester in 4. Caitlin Richardson of Norwich Swan goes in lane 5. Lane number 6 is Lily Davis of the City of Peterborough. Alice Green of Hatfield goes in 7. And Kira Beaver of Watford goes in lane number 8. At the halfway stage, though, Alice Green of Hatfield in the lead, 35.33. A second behind her is Caitlin Richardson. And Lily Davis in lanes 5 and 6. But still out in front as she comes on to her final 25 is Alice Green of Hatfield here. Possibly a little bit of a threat on her left-hand side from Caitlin Richardson of Norwich Swan here, but I think she might just be able to hold that threat off. And she does. 1:15.57. Caitlin Richardson in second and Lily Davis in third. Moving on to heat number 4. Over to you, referee. In lane number 1, we have Ella Edwards from Basildon and Phoenix. Ella Great Batch of Bishop Stortford goes in 2. Daisy Mixer of Norwich Swan in 3. Ellie Zorn of Putteridge in 4. Rebecca Nibb of Linslade in 5. In lane number 6 is Ashley Cooper of Hitchin. Lane 7, Jasmine Carter of Basildon and Phoenix. And in lane number 8 is Misty Earn of Harlow Penguins. So leading the way there at that halfway stage at the turn was Daisy Mixer with a 35.72 here. Quite a comfortable lead from her, in fact. Jasmine Carter of Basildon and Phoenix in second. Ashley Cooper in lane 6 in third position here. But still in front is Daisy Mixer of Norwich Swan in lane number 3. Look at that, quite a substantial margin here. Nearly 5 metres in front of the rest of everyone else. Daisy Mixer is going to be touching there, 1:15.75. Very, very tight. In fact, it was a draw between Ashley Cooper and Jasmine Carter in 6 and 7, 1:19.36. That certainly will be interesting if they get into the final. As we now move on to heat number 5, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 1 from Bishop Stortford, we have Alice Longman. Jessica Mahoney of the City of Peterborough goes into. Lane 3 is Caitlin McNichols of Dibben. Yasmin Meadows of the City of St Albans goes in 4. Holly Hawkins of Basildon and Phoenix in 5. Lane 6 is Lucy King of Hitchin. Lane 7, Megan Gray of Hatfield. And in lane number 8, Isabel Cameron of the City of Peterborough. At the moment then, it seems that the leaders are on the bottom of your screens, are on the in 6, 7 and 8. Megan Gray touching first there. Isabel Cameron in second. Lucy King in third. Yasmin Meadows, though, in lane number 4 of the City of St Albans. Really starting to come through here. But still in front is the pink hat of Hatfield. Megan Gray in lane number 7. Her personal best is a 1:18.85. No doubt with a quicker time, a faster time in mind for her. As they come into the final 5 metres here, it's going to be Megan Gray who touches first, 1:16.86. Second goes to Yasmin Meadows in lane number 4, 1:17.90. And third goes to Lucy King of Hitchin with a time of 1:18.24. Moving on then to heat number 6, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 1, we have from the City of Cambridge, Sarah McWood. Lane 2, Charlotte Sanford of the St Felix School. Lane 3, Charlotte Tree of Colchester. Devon's Lily Bremer goes in lane 4. Lauren Gore of Bishop Stortford in 5. Lily Blount of Hatfield in 6. Georgia Pritchard of Hatfield in 7. And Evie Brown of Watford in lane number 8. But we see after this 50, we've seen clear leaders here with Lily Blount and Charlotte Sanford in lanes 6 and 2. Look at that, in lane number 6 we have Lily of Hatfield. That stroke rate really starting to pick up now. Final 25 metres for her, but on the other side of the pool is Charlotte Stanford in lane number 2. It's going to be very, very close between them, and of course, when you're swimming breaststroke, you've only got somewhat of a provisional vision. You don't have the luxury of freestyle where you can sort of see the situation around you. So Charlotte Stanford, though, 1:15.55. Lily Blount in second, 1:16.12. And Lauren Gore in third with a 1:17.63. Moving on then to Heat 7, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane 1 from St. Felix School, we have Elijah Britton. Lane 2 is Grace Cotton of the City of Norwich. Isabella Porzio of Putteridge in 3. Imogen Blomfeld of the City of Cambridge in 4. Jessica Watson of Badurnian in 5. Francesca Key in lane number 6 of Thurrock. Ellen Duffield of Team Ipswich in 7. And Lexi O'Connor of Basildon and Phoenix in lane number 8. Not much in it at the turn then. 36 high to a 37 low. Only about a second in between it. In the next few strokes, we may see leaders start to come through, possibly in lane number 2, Grace Gutton of the City of Norwich. And in fact, on the other side of the pool, Lexi O'Connor in lane number 8. But as is a given in all of these events with finals, these swimmers are going to be looking to qualify for that final. They're going to be looking to improve upon their time from this morning's heats. But touching first then is, well, ladies and gentlemen, I would be able to tell you, it is Grace Gunton, 1:16.94. Few technical difficulties there, so our apologies as we await the official results, which are on your screens now for heat number 7 of the 100 metres breaststroke. Heat 8, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane 1, we have Macy Dexter of the City of Cambridge. Olivia Cooper of Basildon and Phoenix goes in 2. Caitlin Hartley of Hatfield in 3. Louise Fiddis of Hatfield in 4. Lane 5 is Sarah O'Brien of West Norfolk. Ellie Rose Lyon of Norwich Swan goes in 6. Jessica Woodward of Hatfield in 7. And Chloe Butler of St Ives in lane number 8. After this first 50 then, and at the halfway stage, Sarah O'Brien in lane number 5 is touching first. She's in the lead at the moment. Ellie Rose Lyon in second. Caitlin Hartley in third with Olivia Cooper in fourth. But you can start to see the spearhead formation in the water only to a certain degree in this heat, mind you. Sarah O'Brien, though, still in front. Ellie Rose Lyon in second. Third position is still looking like it is Caitlin Hartley, but possibly Jessica Woodward in lane number 7, really starting to come through here. It's going to be very, very close for first and indeed second. Ellie Rose Lyon gets that first just by 0.04, 1:12.56. Sarah O'Brien in second, 1:12.60. And third position goes to Caitlin Hartley in lane number 3, 1:13.82. Heat number 9, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane 1, we have Kiara Wookie of Colchester, Ella Norton of Hatfield in 2, Georgia Maggs of the City of Cambridge in 3, Ashley Ransom of Hatfield goes in 4, Molly Monk in lane 5 from the City of Norwich, Katie Andrews of Norwich Swan in lane 6, Ellie Matthews of Team Luton in 7, and Anna Lucia Fenner of Basildon and Phoenix in lane number 8. Molly Monk then leading the way, Georgia Maggs in second, Ashley Ransom in third here. But you can see the energy, you can see the power of these swimmers, particularly with their stroke. Lots of white water coming on, particularly from Molly Monk in lane number 4 of the City of Norwich here. Ashley Ransom of Hatfield in lane 4, doing her best to keep up, as is Georgia Maggs of the City of Cambridge, but touching first, Molly Monk, 110.8. Second goes to Georgia Maggs, 112.16, and only 0.04 behind her, Ashley Ransom, 112.20. Concluding heat number 9 of the 100 metres breaststroke, with the official result on your screen now. And we move on then to heat number 10. Over to you, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane 1, we have Matilda Ransom of the City of Cambridge. Charlotte White goes for West Suffolk in lane 2. Gianna Spinner of Hatfield goes in 3. Beth Young in 4 for Team Ipswich. Molly Lee of West Norfolk goes in 5. Sophia Papas Kostafos of the City of Cambridge goes in 6. Kirsty Neal in 7 for Bishop Stortford. And Isabella Chapman in lane 8 for Harpenden. Beth Young, Gianna Spinner and Molly Lee in the top 3 positions here. All of them turning on a 33 points. Yana and Molly turning simultaneously there, and it doesn't look like they've made much headway in this water either. Still very, very tight between them, but in the lead is Beth Young of Team Ipswich in lane 4. Very, very strong swimming from her. It looks like, though, Yana Spinner of Hatfield in lane 2 is starting to break away here. But Beth Young, 1:11.04. That might be the second quickest time we've had this morning. Yana Spinner in second, 1:12.26. And in third position on the outside is Kirsty Neal. We move on then to event 207, the men's open 100 metres breaststroke. This will be swum over 12 heats. Heat 1, referee.
Take your mark.
Fantastic start there from Robert Addis of West Norfolk in lane 4. He's joined in the water by, in lane number 3, Harry Arnold Pepper of Royston, and in lane number 5, Peter Winter of Newmarket. Official results of heat number 1 of the men's 100 metre breaststroke should appear on your screen very shortly indeed. As we now move on to heat number 2, over to you, referee. Now this is going to be an incredibly exciting heat here with heat number 2. In lane number 1 we have Joseph Burns of Witham Dolphins. In lane number 2, Samran Sandhu of the City of Cambridge. In lane 3, Jed Howard of Team Waveney. Thomas Hooper in lane number 4 of the City of St Albans. Samuel Winslow of the City of Cambridge in lane 5. Saxon Mento of Basildon and Phoenix in 6. Thomas Bell in lane 7 of Housestead. And Kai Adams of Potters Bar in lane number 8 here. And look at that, Samran Sandhu on lane number 2. He's gone out like a crazy man. He's been turning first there, 33.68. Joseph Burns not far behind him in lane number 1. Samuel Winslow in lane 3. It seems all of the action is on the other side of the pool. Samran Sandhu here is the man to beat in this heat number 2 of the 100 metres breaststroke. He's going to be turning first. A little bit of a threat here from Samuel Winslow, his City of Cambridge counterpart. But Samran Sandhu at the last few strokes, still in front. His teammate though, Samuel Winslow in lane 5, really coming up on the right-hand side, as is Joseph Burns in lane number 1. But can Samran Sandhu hold on? Oh, goodness me, he touches first, 1:13.53. Samuel Winslow, the City of Cambridge teammate, 1:13.77. And Joseph Burns there touching third, with the confirmation of those official results on your screens shortly. As we now move on to heat number 3, over to you, referee.
Take your mark.
I have confirmation here of those individuals who have qualified for the women's 100 metres breaststroke final later this evening. Our finalists will be Molly Monk of the City of Norwich, Beth Young of Team Ipswich, Georgia Maggs of the City of Cambridge, Ashley Ransom of Hatfield, Yana Spinnett of Hatfield, Ellie Rose Lyon of Norwich Swan, Sarah O'Brien of West Norfolk, and Kirsty Neal of Bishop Stortford. Our first reserve for that will be Molly Lee of West Norfolk, and Caitlin Hartley will be the second reserve from Hatfield. If you are intending to withdraw from this final, you must withdraw by 11:55. Moving on then to heat number 4, referee.
Take your mark.
Can I have all of the competitors for event 208, the Women's Open 100 metres individual medley, to make their way to the marshalling area, please? That's all women for the 200 metres individual medley to make their way to the marshalling area, please. Moving on then to heat number 5, referee.
Take your mark.
Moving on then to heat number 5. In lane number 1, we have Marcus Moscosa of the St. Felix School. Joe Reynolds in lane 2 of Hartford. Lane number 3 is Jack Ranulph of Hoddesdon. Daniel Bobai of Thurrock 4. 5 is James Kupinar of Harlow Penguins. Colin Maghindra of Thurrock goes in 6. Prem Parnar in lane number 7 of Flitwick. And Benjamin Taggart of Watford goes in lane number 8. Heat 6, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 1, we have Lucas Hartley of Hatfield. Alexander Jessup of Brentwood goes in 2. Glennon Lee of Harlow Penguins in lane 3. Lane number 4 is Jacob Ray of Basildon and Phoenix. Lewis Andrews in lane 5 of Norwich Swan. Billy Nibb of Linslade in lane number 6. Ashton Neo of Linslade in lane 7. And Thomas Barnes of Royston is in lane number 8. We now move on to heat number 7. Over to you, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane 1, Antonio Guglielmi of Colchester. Timo de Wilt of the City of Cambridge goes in 2. Luca Page of West Suffolk goes in 3. Lane number 4 is Oscar Holwell of Brentwood. Samuel Johnson of Halstead goes in 5. Hatfield's Luke Payne goes in 6. George Lovelock of Hitchin in 7. And Richard Vanstone of Chelmsford in lane number 8. Can Samran Sandhu please come to the announcer's desk? Samuel Johnson there finishing first with a time of 1:09.34. Moving on to Heat 8, referee.
Take your mark.
Moving on then to heat number 9, referee.
Take your mark.
On to heat number 9 then. We have in lane number 1, William Handley of Stowmarket. Alfie Francis of Colchester goes in 2. Edward Ormsby of the City of Cambridge goes in lane number 3. Lane 4 is George Whiteman of the City of Peterborough. Samuel Mead of Linslade in lane 5. Joshua Zachary of the City of Peterborough goes in 6. Lane 7 is James Clay of Stowmarket, and Louis James of Norwich Swan goes in lane 8. Turning almost simultaneously here are teammates George Whiteman from the City of Peterborough and Joshua Zachary, also of the City of Peterborough. They're going to be racing, and it's going to be incredibly tight on the finish here, but just getting the touch by 0.04. That seems to be the continuation over the course of this weekend. 0.04 is George Whiteman, Joshua Zachary in second, and third is going to be Edward Ormsby. Heat 10, referee.
Take your mark.
In lane number 1, we have from Braintree Samuel Rennie. Lewis Chapman joins him in lane 2 from Stowmarket. Joseph Caldwell of Watford in 3. Olivier Vedren of the City of Norwich in 4. Lane number 5 is Freddie Laws of West Norfolk. Jack Mansfield of Harlow Penguins goes in 6. Daniel Hollis of the City of St Albans goes in lane number 7. And Adam Hazelwood of Putteridge goes in lane 8. Olivier Vedren has a packed schedule over the course of this weekend. He's already raced a number of events prior to this, but he is in the lead. He is in front, leading heat number 10. He's closely followed by Joseph Caldwell in lane 3 and Freddie Laws in lane number 5. Must be said, all of these boys are trying to battle it out to get into the final for the 100 metres breaststroke later on this evening. But Olivier Vedren of the City of Norwich, final few strokes for him. He's going to be winning this heat, 1:03.50. Very fast time from him. Freddie Laws in second, 1:04.7. And Joseph Caldwell in third with a 1:04.94. Moving on to heat 11, referee. In lane number 1, we have Mark Milburn of Colchester, Austin Lee White in lane 2 from Biggleswade, Alfie Collins of the City of Cambridge in 3, Lewis Shaler of Watford in 4, William Loveman of the City of St Albans in 5, Tyler Toombs of Chelmsford in 6, lane number 7 is Thomas Page of West Suffolk, and Luke Flynn of Watford goes in lane number 8. At the turn then, Lewis Shaler just in front of William Loveman in lane 5, Tyler Toombs in 3rd here, Austin Lee White in 4th. But Lewis Shaler really starting to make headroom here. A very powerful swim, it must be said, from William George Loveman in lane number 5. But at the turn though, it is still Lewis Shaler of Watford. He is leading the way here. George Loveman not letting him get away too easily. But Lewis Shaler is going to be touching 102.83. George William Loveman 104.99. Third position goes to Tyler Toombs, 106.51. Moving on to Heat 12, referee. In lane number 1, we have Matthias Morse of Hemel Hempstead, Daryl Rams in lane 2 of Colchester, Benjamin Green of Watford goes in 3, Lawrence Palmer of Putteridge in 4, Samuel Peck in lane number 5 from the City of Cambridge, Dominic McCarthy of Hoddesdon goes in 6, Harrison Jarvis of Thurrock in 7, and Kalalum Kurani of Colchester in 8. But at the halfway stage then, we expect nothing less of Lawrence Palmer, who is leading the way here, 27.75. Benjamin Green going 29.81. Dominic McCarthy in 3rd. They're just sneaking under sub 30 seconds here, but Lawrence Palmer is still in front, as to be expected, and it wouldn't surprise me either if he wins the 100 metres final later on this evening. But Lawrence Palmer, the orange hat of Putteridge, going to be touching first here. A nice glide in there, 101.06. By far the fastest time we've had this morning. Dominic McCarthy manages to get into 2nd position there, with Benjamin Green managing to touch in 3rd. We now move on to event 208, the Women's Open 100 metres individual medley. This will be swum over 8 heats. Heat 1, referee. Taking the first position there is Ellie Burwood in lane number 3. Moving on then to heat number 2, referee. In lane 1 from Hatfield, Caitlin Hartley, Vanessa Simonova of the City of Peterborough in 2, Holly Driver of St Felix School in 3. Lane number 4 is Greta Goddard of Colchester. Her teammate joins her in 5, that's Charlotte Tree there. Tamsin Moran of Berkhamsted in 6, and Emily Cutting of West Suffolk in lane number 7. Moving on then to heat number 3, referee. Heat 4, referee. I have confirmation of the finalists for the men's open 100 metres breaststroke. The finalists are Lawrence Palmer of Putteridge, Lewis Shaler of Watford, Olivier Verdren of the City of Norwich, Dominic McCarthy of Hoddesdon, Benjamin Green of Watford, Freddie Laws of West Norfolk, Joseph Caldwell of Watford, and William Loveman of the City of St Albans. Our first reserve for that will be Tyler Toombs of Chelmsford, and our second reserve is Lewis Chapman of Stowmarket. If any of those finalists do not wish to swim in that final, they wish to withdraw, they must do so by 12:20. Moving on to Heat 5, referee. In lane number 1, we have Charlotte Ambrose of the City of Norwich. Lane 2 is Imogen Bloomfield of the City of Cambridge. Her teammate joins her, Gracie Kay, in lane number 3. Harriet Clements of Watford in 4. Tia Gardner of Basildon and Phoenix in 5. Sheraz Williams of West Suffolk in 6. Charlotte Williams of Hatfield goes in lane number 7. And Sophia Papos Kostafos of the City of Cambridge goes in lane number 8. Moving on then to heat number 6, referee.
Take your mark.
So we're getting into the closing stages of this 100 metres individual medley heats. All of these ladies are going to have their eyes on getting into a final. In lane 1 we have Alexia Mann of Chelmsford. Ashley Ransom of Hatfield goes in 2. Matilda Bogle of Team Ipswich goes in 3. Millie Fields of Bishop Stortford goes in 4. Yana Spinner of Hatfield in 5. Beth Young of Team Ipswich goes in lane number 6. Iona Trainer of the City of Peterborough goes in 7. And Jessica Shaw, also of the City of Peterborough, goes in lane number 8. Final few strokes here. It looks like Yana Spinner in lane number 5 of Hatfield is going to be taking the touch for first place here. And indeed she does. 1:06.15. Matilda Bogle, she touches second, 1:06.57, and third goes to Ashley Ransom. Moving on then to heat number 7, referee. In lane number 1, we have Sky Carter of Basildon and Phoenix. Olivia Newman, Baroness of Putteridge, goes in 2. Charlotte White of West Suffolk goes in 3. Natalie Sanford of St Felix School goes in 4. Ruby Wheeler in lane 5 for Basildon and Phoenix. Ruby Greenhalf of the City of Norwich in lane number 6. Katie Andrews of Norwich Swan in lane 7. And in lane number 8, Sophie Payne of Hatfield. At the halfway stage then, Charlotte White in lane 3 is in the lead. Natalie Sanford in second, and third at the moment is Sky Carter out in lane number 1. But at the turn then, onto the freestyle, we still have Natalie Stanford of St Felix School in lane 4. It's looking like, with incredibly confidence, she's going to be winning this. She does 1:05.55. Ruby Wheeler of Basildon and Phoenix touching second, 1:06.84. And Charlotte White in third, 1:07.17. The final heat then of the women's 100 metres individual medley, heat 8, referee. In lane number 1, we have Macy Dexter of the City of Cambridge. Rihanna Smith of Basildon and Phoenix goes in 2. Megan Pye of the City of Norwich in 3. Jessica Woodward of Hatfield in 4. Grace Greenhalgh of the City of Norwich goes in lane 5. Lane 6 is Sarah O'Brien of West Norfolk. Kiara Wookie of Colchester goes in 7. And in lane number 8, Isabella Yesbley of Hatfield. Megan Pye then at the turn. She's leading the way here. Backstroke's definitely her strong point. Grace Greenhalgh in second. Very, very tight between both Megan and Grace. And Jessica Woodward is currently in third position here. But as we go onto the breaststroke leg and move swiftly onto the freestyle, it's looking like Jessica Woodward may have just taken the lead here from Megan. Grace Greenhalgh in lane 5 and Megan Pye still in second and third. But out on the outside is Rihanna Smith of Basildon and Phoenix. But Jessica Woodward, I'm not quite sure about that result there, so we will wait for the confirmed results. But and on your screens now, there is the confirmed results. Jessica Woodward in first, Grace Greenhalgh in second, and Megan Pye in third. We now move on then to the final event of the session, event 209, the men's open 400 metres freestyle. This will be swum over 3 heats, heat 1, referee. Could Ashley Cooper please come to the technical station? That's Ashley Cooper. I believe that you have lost your mobile phone. So Ashley Cooper, please make your way to the announcer's desk. Thank you. Heat number 1 then of the 400 metres freestyle. In lane number 3 we have Lewis Archer from Housestead. Jago Derrington of Bishop Stortford goes in lane 4. Jack Barnard of Potters Bar in lane number 5. And in lane number 6, Joe Power of Basildon and Phoenix. At the 300 metre mark then it is Lewis Archer who's turning first. Joe Power only about 2 seconds, well exactly 2 seconds behind him, with Jack Barnard in third there. But final 50 metres to go and it is still Lewis Archer of Housestead in front. Jago Derrington there, Bishop Stortford in lane number 4. He is in front. Lewis Archer doing his best to try and catch up, but there isn't enough room left in the pool, and it is going to be touching first. Jago Derrington, Lewis Archer in second, and Jack Barnard in third. We are having a few technical difficulties, so please do bear with us for the official result. As we now move on to heat number 2, referee. In lane number 1 we have Jamie Joshua from Hatfield, Sanchez Chechens in lane 2 from Colchester, Jack Pallant of Team Waveney in 3, lane 4 Marion de Vellard of St Felix School, Daniel McGuinness of Basildon and Phoenix goes in 5, Matthew Brown of Stowmarket in 6, Matthew Money of the City of Cambridge goes in lane number 7, and Thomas Ford in lane number 8 for Basildon and Phoenix. We move on then to heat number 3, which is the timed final of the men's open 400 meters freestyle. In lane number 1 from the city of Cambridge, we have Ryan Wall. In lane number 2 from Modernian, Jack Sangster. In lane 3 from the city of Cambridge, Jacques Bonzel. In lane number 4 from West Norfolk, Nathan Wells. In lane 5 from Hatfield, Michael Krymaszewski. In lane number 6 from Team Ipswich, it's Joe Cooper. In lane number 7 from West Norfolk, Joseph Wells. And in lane number 8 from the city of Cambridge, Thomas Woonley. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your timed final of the men's 400 meters freestyle. Over to you, referee.
Take your mark.
Many of these gentlemen have been racing already this morning, so they are going to be a little bit tired, but they're certainly all going to be aiming for personal bests here. No one goes slower than a 4:20. Goodness me, 2 minutes on a 400 would be absolutely fantastic. But I don't think that's going to happen today, but we could be going sub 4 minutes here in the water at the turn then, at the 50 meter mark. Jacques Bonzo in 3, he's out in front. Closely followed by Nathan Wells and Joe Cooper here. But as you can see, these boys, particularly those out in front, are really starting to get into a pace. They're starting to make sure that they're in a comfortable pace so they can complete the full 400 with enough strength and vigour and not effectively die earlier on in the race. But Jacques Bonzo at the 100 metre mark, 55.98. Joe Cooper just moving up into second there with Nathan Wells in third there. Michael Krymaszewski here looking like he's in third position, but that may, and it is indeed confirmed at the turn. Joe Cooper still in front. Jacques Bonzo not far behind at all. 0.5. I must say Nathan Wells in fourth here. As we start to come to the halfway stage. At the turn then, at the halfway stage there, 200 metres down, 200 metres to go. Joe Cooper in first, 1:56.6. Jack Bonzel, 1:57.84. Michael Krymaszewski, 1:58.15. All of these times, Nathan Wells, all of these boys in front going sub 2 minutes here. They're undoubtedly going to be aiming for that sub 4 minutes for this 400 metres. But starting to increase his lead now, it is in fact Joe Cooper of Team Ipswich in lane number 6. Michael Krymaszewski not far behind, nor is Jack Bonzo or Nathan Wells here. All of these boys race together quite frequently, so they're all going to be trying to do a little bit of healthy competition, as well as trying to ensure that their personal bests are achieved. But Joe Cooper, you can really see that his stroke rate has started to pick up in the last 50 odd meters. 100 meters to go here at the 300 meter mark. Joe Cooper still in front, starting to pick up his stroke. Michael Krymaszewski in second here, his stroke looking quite nice and gentle. Nathan Wells pulling up into third. Jack Bonzo going down into fourth position here, but not much in it at all between these boys. As we approach the final 50 metre hurdle here, it is still Joe Cooper of Team Ipswich in front. Michael Krymaszewski not letting him get too far away from him as they go into the turn, about 1 second between them. Nathan Wells increasing his lead over Jack Bonzo, but Michael Krymaszewski really starting to put some energy into this swim here. But Joe Cooper just turns first. It's going to be very, very close here at the final few 25 metres. Michael Klimaszewski, a final hurdle of power here as he comes onto his final 5 metres here. Michael Klimaszewski, he's going to be taking first here, 3:58.46. Joe Cooper manages to get under 4 minutes as well, 3:59.47. Nathan Wells there taking third, 4:02.0. And Jack Bonzel just 0.05 away from Nathan there in fourth. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Michael Klimaszewski, he paced that race incredibly well. He made sure that Joe Cooper wasn't going to be too far away. And at the final 50 metres, he pounced like a cheetah and manages to take the first position there. Official confirmed results there. Michael Klimaszewski in first with a 3:58.46. Joe Cooper in second, 3:59.47. And Nathan Wells gets third there with a 4 minutes 0.2. So that concludes session number 2, ladies and gentlemen, of the Swim England East Region Short Course Championships. Of course, you can catch up to date with any of the live results or the results from this morning on Sports Systems, as well as check the finals and the qualifiers for those finals, of whom have qualified this morning in the heats. The next warm-up will begin very, very shortly indeed, but session number 2 is now at a close.